Listen, I get it. All Stars 3 finished airing 4 or 5 months ago and finished being filmed this time last year, but people still have the audacity to tell me Trixie beat Kennedy in that final lip sync. First and foremost, I completely understand the school of thought that Kennedy did too much in this lip sync, threw herself around and stuff, but I ask you a question. Why is that a bad thing? The queens were told to do something spectacular for the final lip sync, which is why Shangela had all this planned and looked like she smuggled a couple of kids from Alyssa's Beyond Belief dance studio to help her win. Kennedy is a dancer, so of course in order to make a performance big, she's gonna dance, or as people tend to say, throw herself around the stage. Now, what the fuck did Trixie do to make this special? Absolutely nothing. You could literally take Trixie out of this lip sync and it would be the same. Your eyes would gravitate towards Kennedy because you wanted to see just what the fuck she was doing. In order not to get a copyright strike, you could maybe have the lip sync open in another tab and follow along as I talk about it. Immediately as the lip sync starts, Trixie makes a huge mistake. The intro to Wrecking Ball is slow, nothing too exciting, but Trixie does a dramatic turn that does not fit this part of the song at all. Kennedy, on the other hand, is slowly walking backwards, looking at the ground, kind of setting up the somber/melancholic feeling of the intro and the first verse. If you muted the video, you'd think Trixie was lip-syncing to something like Wild Dances by Ruslana, and yes, we love Eurovision in this house, the two were robbed in 2003, or any sort of song that has a bombastic opening. It doesn't look like they're performing the same song, is what I'm trying to say. Next up, as the singing starts, Kennedy accentuates the right words, such as jumped in, we jumped, never asking why, while Trixie seems to be possessed by Magnolia Crawford's ghost that in the afterlife joined the Baptist church and is doing everything to make the homosexual they're possessing look ridiculous. Another thing that people mention a lot is that we can't really see Kennedy lip-syncing here, and sure, yeah, that's a fair critique, but you're telling me that you can see Trixie lip-syncing even though most of the lip-sync she has her hands on her face or her hands swirling in front of her head. The first chorus, they both do well. The first chorus of the song shows sadness, but there's not much energy in it, like in every other chorus in the song that Miley sings. Then we cut to the final bridge of the song, and Trixie, yet again, has her hands covering her mouth for like 3 seconds and staring at the judges. Still hasn't moved from her spot. Kennedy, however, is slowly to the beats of the song lowering to a split, while lip-syncing to nobody in particular because the bridge of the song is sung to somebody who isn't there, so obviously you wouldn't be lip-syncing to somebody. You would be lip-syncing into nothing. When Miley goes, "Don't you ever say," for the last time, that's when Kennedy gets up and slowly walks towards the judges, lip-syncing this part. Then the final chorus happens, the big outpour of emotion where the performer is angry at losing somebody, where that visual or metaphor of a wrecking ball destroying something is fully present. Kennedy starts dancing with so much energy, and yet she keeps this sort of like elegance to her, because at the end of the day, Wrecking Ball is a ballad. A power ballad, but still a ballad. Trixie, on the other hand, does a reveal from an ugly dress to another ugly dress that seems to be made out of wrapping paper that was laminated, while wearing ugly boots that don't match the dress. And yet again, Trixie keeps covering her head/mouth with her hands. You can actually see the exact moment when RuPaul is like, "Yep, I'm picking Trixie." And it's when she falls to the floor, very slowly, like she was lip-syncing to Everybody Hurts by R.E.M., lip-syncs into her wig, and then pulls out a strand of hair. Bitch, if falling to the floor and losing hair is what takes to win All-Stars, then I should be given 17 spots in the Hall of Fame for the breakdowns and hair loss that I had last year. But Kennedy, on the other hand, she finds her way to the floor like very suddenly, but still following the movement from a spin that she did prior. And they both end the performance looking crushed or whatever, which, wow, well done Tracy, you got something right. So let's look at the song Wrecking Ball. It's about Miley and Liam, more precisely their breakup and Miley blaming herself for destroying their relationship. Minus the intro, nothing in the song is supposed to be calm. Even like the calm parts are just like overtures into bursts of regret, rage, sadness, or energy in general. These are the lyrics that they lip sync to. Like, for fuck's sake, the song itself speaks of movement, and yet people have a problem with Kennedy giving them this movement that also match the emotion of the song. People also love to compare this to Kenya versus Latrice to You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin, and sure, there is some logic to why you can compare. But here's the thing. Kenya started at a 10. She did the same thing that Trixie did, started out in a way that this song shouldn't be started in. Plus, You Make Me Feel is literally about calmness and stability that you get when you find somebody who you love and who loves you back, and Latrice perfectly showed this emotion through her lip sync. So yeah, sure, we can compare these two lip syncs, in the sense that Latrice, just like Kennedy, followed the song's emotion and gave a performance that made you not pay attention to the other person, while Kenya, just like Trixie, completely missed the mark with her delivery, with her pacing, with her theatrics, and honestly, her look too. This does not take away from Trixie winning the season, obviously. Nor am I saying that she did not deserve to win, given that her win was circumstantial, as I explained in this video. Self-promo. But if you seriously think that Kennedy lost that lip sync, like, especially after watching this, I feel somewhat sorry for you. No offense, but full offense. Kennedy winning this lip sync is one of the few things I'm sure of. Another thing that I'm sure of is that I love Lady Gaga, and I think she's a really interesting artist.